Hi guys, in this episode of ATEEZ, I'm gonna be finishing off my reaction to ATEEZ's Zero Fever Part 3 album with the two songs All About You and Not Too Late. And I'm hoping that I'm gonna like at least one of these two songs, but I'm expecting that this is gonna be the same case as it was for the Dreamcatcher album reaction, where out of the 4 songs that I checked out, only one was actually up to what I wanted to hear from the group that I was reacting to. And for this album, for ATEEZ, the song was Rocky, the second song in the previous video. And I really liked that song. It was hard-hitting, it was rap-heavy, and it was dark, and I loved it. So, just because, like, again, similarly to the Dreamcatcher reaction, and like I said in the previous video, because this album was released during the summer, I'm not really expecting any of these songs, or should I say, I'm expecting these songs to be very summery and very soft in their sound, hoping that that's not gonna be the case, but I'm already pretty satisfied with this album because I already got at least one song that I liked out of it, so whether I like these two songs or not, I don't really care too much, but still, let's check them out and see how I'm gonna feel about them in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it seems like this one's gonna be playful. Again, that does not inherently mean that the song is gonna be bad or I'm not gonna like it, but I feel like last year ATEEZ didn't really release as many hard-hitting songs as they did in previous years. Hell yeah, I love when Yeosang and Jungho get those lines, man. They sound so good, but they don't get to sing that much. And by the way, if you guys have not seen previous reactions of mine about ATEEZ, Yeosang is my bias. Big reason why is because he's so underrated. Honestly, this song is pretty nice. For a second there, I thought the song was already going to be over, but now that I look at the time, it's only been 2 minutes. So it shouldn't be over. I love that Yeosang is actually part of the chorus. How frequently does that happen? I gotta say though, the production for this song is a little weird because I have a very hard time trying to tell apart some of the members' voices, which I'm actually pretty good at when it comes to ATEEZ because I've listened to their songs so much and their members' voices are pretty distinct from each other, so it's a testament to, I guess, what I consider maybe a bad production, how alike the voices sound like when maybe it's just the lyric video that is wrong in telling which member is actually singing or rapping the specific parts. But for example, in Jungho's parts, that does not sound like Jungho at all. So either the production was done in a way that I really don't like, because this is the same kind of stuff that Hype Entertainment does with their groups, where their groups tend to sound alike in their songs, despite the fact that the members' voices are pretty fucking distinct. I don't know why they do that, but this reminds me of that, and I don't like that about it. But other than that, the song is fine. It's wholesome, it's enjoyable, but again, I'm looking more for hardcore songs rather than this. I'm happy for the people who enjoy songs like this, but this is not my thing. And in terms of a rating for this song, I think I'm going to give it a pretty low rating in comparison to some of the other songs, but I am gonna give this one a 7.7 out of 10, which is still a pretty high score overall. Like, it's above a 5 and it's a 7.7, but yeah, I just don't really care about this one that much. I'm hoping that the last one, even if it's not like a hardcore like what Rocky was, I'm expecting that it's at least gonna be a really nice vocal heavy song. Like, what was that one song of ATEEZ's? In which album was it? Was it in the Inception album? Give me a second to check. No, it wasn't in that one. What was the album afterwards? It was in the Leaders album? Yeah, Take Me Home. I'm hoping that Not Too Late is gonna be like Take Me Home. Like, for some reason, I am getting that kind of vibe from the name. Maybe that's gonna be the case, maybe it's not gonna be the case. Let's get into it and find out in 3, 2, 1. Yep, I was wrong. It's gonna be another ballad. Hey, at least there's a variety of songs for a variety of kinds of fans in this album. And again, I'm saying, I'm not hating these two songs, it's just not what I'm looking for. Yeosang sounds so good. Honestly, I'm kind of vibing with this song. I really am shocked by how similar my experience with this ATEEZ album turned out to be compared to the Dreamcatcher album that I reacted to. It's literally the same. The first song is kind of playful, but I don't really care about it too much, but it's enjoyable. The second one is the song that I like. The third song is the song that I hate the most. And the fourth one is the one that it's kind of interesting, you know? It's literally the exact same thing. Honestly, this is a pretty nice song. I like it. It's not like I hate vocal heavy songs or anything, because like Mist from ATEEZ is like one of my favorite songs ever. Same for like something like Utopia, but it's just that these songs, like this one and the previous one, but more so previous one, are just too slow and too calm for my taste. But yeah, pretty fun. I actually kind of like this one. I'm still not gonna be checking it out a second time because I don't like it that much, but honestly not that bad at all. There's actually a pretty big possibility that I might end up listening to this one in my own free time, because I genuinely kind of like this one. Like, really do. Not much more than I like the last song of the Dreamcatcher album reaction. And in terms of a rating for this one, I'm honestly gonna give it as high of a rating as a 9.2 out of 10 potentially. It will depend on how much I end up enjoying it over time, but yeah, I kind of like it. It's mellow and slow, yes, two things that I don't necessarily like, but the vocals also sound really nice and really pleasant to the ear, so I kind of like it. It's still not as good as Rocky, but I kind of like it, and I'm happy. I'm pretty satisfied. But I am curious, what do you guys think about all the 4 songs in this album? If you haven't already commented on the previous video, comment it on this one and let's have a discussion about it. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, and our newest member, Shenches. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me. And for those of you who have been supporting me for a long time, thank you very much as well, and especially. But I hope all of you guys continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you, because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things, like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that, because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way, and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything. And that just kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job, because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me. be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy. And I think this is pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!